Okay, Coach Adrian Mitchell. Klein Collins goes undefeated in district last year. After, not a bumpy start, but just kind of feeling y'all's way through the season. Just talk about last year as a whole on a macro level. What did you think?
The kids, that season was a testament to our kids and their resilience, their fight and willingness to be successful, to be champions. After the Katie Tompkins game, I went on all the buses and said, "You guys will be champions," and they believed it. They believed it and they worked toward it, and they understood what non-district was, and they knew what was in front of them, and they focused and buckled in and were ready to take on those challenges that district presented.
So now, going into this season, y'all were pretty young. It seems like y'all have a lot of really good returners back. Just talk about expectations for this upcoming season.
Well, every year the expectations are high. We expect our offense to control the football. We expect our defense to stop the run game and be efficient in the passing game. So, those expectations are high every year. This year, there's a little more of a notch on it because you have a bunch of sophomores, a bunch of rising juniors that did a lot last year. So obviously their expectations of themselves are going to be big, but it's going to be a matter of the work that they put in to this point, and then the work that they're going to put in from this point forward until the season. So it's going to be a matter of just continuing to work, stay humble, and stay hungry.
Give us some headliners on offense. Who are you going to be really leaning on this year?
Well, it's hard not to lean on the O-line. Okay, it's a bunch of guys across the board that we're going to always depend on, starting with Jackson Felkins. Then, the quarterback, Tucker Parks. He was a district newcomer of the year, offensive newcomer of the year last year. So really excited about the leadership that he brings to the table. He's very dynamic. I can go on and on and on. Ty Stamey, our fullback / tight end. Michael Wilson, Ethan Wyatt. It's a handful. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent, but it's going to be a matter of us putting it all together and being able to execute on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball.
How about defensively? Tell us some of the standouts there.
So, I got to start with Chris Gant. Chris Gant was a defensive newcomer of the year. Like I said, last year we had a lot of young guys out there, a lot of young guys in starting positions, starting roles, important roles. My high school coach used to say, for every sophomore you have starting, counted as a loss. Well, he wasn't 100% accurate, but you're gonna take some lumps. But like I said, Chris Gant in the secondary. Excuse me. Antoine Milan on the D-line, another rising junior. Mason Vay on the D-line. It's some young guys there. JP Beavers is a returning starter for us last year. Started a handful of games. Then we have a group of young, really athletic linebackers. I say young, they're going to be seniors. They're going to be first-year seniors, first-year varsity guys, starting right now, going into the season. But Gage Llewellyn, he's a program kid. All these kids have been with us the entire time. They've earned their way. They've made their way in the program, and really excited about what those guys are going to bring to the table. Asa Brown is another returning guy, first-team All-District last year in the secondary. One of the only guys in the secondary to start every game for us last year. So, like I said, really excited about what those guys are going to bring to the table. And Coach Powers and Coach Bruce, those guys both do a great job of getting our kids prepared, along with the rest of our staff.
And finally, talk about, Klein Collins has built itself into a brand. It's a brand in the city of Houston, the state of Texas, deep playoff runs. What does that brand mean to you?
That brand means everything to me, and representing that brand every day is something I take a lot of pride in. It's something that our kids take pride in. We have a motto, 4MB, for my brothers. If you see our kids, they're going to always be throwing up 4 fingers because they believe in that. They believe in this swoosh. They understand that when they put this on, it means something a little bigger than themselves. So they give it a little more than they would otherwise. So it's something we all take pride in. It's something that was started years ago. I can't take full credit for it. I'm just the person in the driver's seat right now, keeping it afloat and continuing to push on it and making my mark with it, along with the help of the staff and those kids.